Okay, so the game's over now, and I don't even know where to start with this one. This is one of the most embarrassing losses Auburn's had in a long time. We could have at least kept it a little competitive, but final score 41 Penn State, 12 Auburn. And we left so much on the field that it's unbelievable. And so if I ramble on this one, I'm sorry, but just stay with me. Let's start with the offense because the offense was absolutely atrocious, and anybody who says otherwise is completely wrong. Watching this game it was painful. I don't know another word for it. It was painful as an Auburn fan. Final score 41-12. So if we look at why this game ended up this way, there was a lot of things that went wrong. One, our quarterback play. We've got to start there. We could start with offensive line if you want to, but let's talk about our quarterbacks. So TJ Finley, I think, if anything, the time that Coach Harson's had with trying this whole TJ Finley thing out is over. It's over. It's time to try somebody else, whether that is Robbie Ashford or Calzada or Holden Gariner. I kind of don't care at this point. If we go to the stats, the stats don't look horrible for TJ Finley. 11 of 19, 152 yards, 1 interception. But it just seems like when he's in the game, we just can't get it done. And I don't know what it is. He has flashes where he looks incredible. He has moments where he looks great. He throws some really tight passes that you almost think he shouldn't be able to make. So he has moments where he looks incredible. But at this point, with a loss this bad, do you really keep him in the game for the rest of the season or even the next couple of games? I honestly don't know at this point. And then Robbie Ashford, for Robbie. Robbie had some good moments as well. He had some big runs, but it seems like his mentality is to run first. You saw it in that last play. I think it was 4th and 1 was the last play that Auburn had on offense. He immediately thought to run, and then he hesitated, and then he came back, and ultimately he did not, or he did try to run the ball, but it was too late and did not get the first down. Not that it actually mattered, so I'll go away from that. But I don't know if, I don't know what to do, or not what to do. I can't do anything. I don't know what Coach Harsin should do at this point with the quarterback situation. There's so much wrong. He's got to figure it out. This is the biggest problem he has, and he's got to figure it out soon. Above anything else, he needs to pick a guy and just stick with him. If that's TJ Finley, fine. I don't, at this point, I don't know that that's the best option. If that's Robbie Ashford, okay. But somebody explain this to me. If you've got a guy who everyone has said had a good week this week, that's Zach Calzada. Everybody said, or some people were saying he had a pretty good week in practice. Why did he not see the field versus Penn State? You saw TJ Finley struggle. You saw Robbie Ashford struggle. At what point was Zach Calzada going to come in? There was even a report from one of the Auburn beat writers that said he had his helmet on, he was warming up, but he never saw the field. What was it going to take for him to come in? Out of all the quarterbacks we have, Zach Calzada's got some experience. Yes, everybody points to the Bama game. I get it, but he does have some experience in winning at Texas A&M. He wasn't perfect, but he did show that he can play in the SEC and he can play in a big game like this Penn State game. So I think, first off, this is a huge problem. That's the quarterback problem, and Harsin has to solve this and solve it fast because it's not – losing is bad. Losing is bad, but it's not the main problem. It's a problem, but if he had not lost by as much, if it had been a close game like a lot of people thought it would be, he probably would not be getting the amount of heat he's about to experience. Because I can promise you from the fans and probably from other people, he's about to get a lot of heat for this loss because 41-12 ain't it. That's not going to work. That's not going to fly. So I told you I'd mention the offensive line briefly. Our offensive line was about as good as wet tissue paper because it seemed like every single thing or every person that came up to the offensive line got through. So I know our quarterback play was bad, but it just seemed like they were getting rushed non-stop. They didn't have time to make the passes they needed to make. Even with that, they did make some really good passes, but it just seemed like they were being rushed constantly, and they were constantly having to make quick decisions, and they didn't have as much time as they should have to watch the play develop so that they could make some of those good passes. I know I'm hopping around all over the place. Me watching it one time through, it did seem like there were a lot of plays where TJ Finley missed some good opportunities. There was one that several people mentioned where there were people open in the end zone. I think, who was it, Scott or somebody? I don't remember off the top of my head. There was somebody open in the end zone. He completely missed the read. I'm guessing probably the coaches drew it up that way and he missed it. So we had opportunities to score. We were in the red zone multiple times in the first half, and we could not convert. We couldn't do it. So the offense was atrocious. It's pretty sad. Let me look at the team stats real quick. It's pretty sad when you look at our team stats overall and you look at our rushing attack. The fact that Penn State was just completely owning us in the rushing game is concerning. They had 245 yards, and we only had 119. How do we have Tank Bigsby, Damari Austin, Jarquez Hunter, Robbie Ashford, and we only come out with 119 yards? It's just absolutely pitiful. I don't know another way to say it. It's pitiful. Our rushing game is what we were supposed to establish early on, and it never happened. And therefore, this is the outcome. So if you look at our passing game, yeah, it's great. We had 296 yards passing to Penn State's 232, but it didn't matter because we could not convert. We could not run the ball, and we could not convert in the red zone like we needed to. And so looking at our defense, well, all you got to say is they gave up 41 points. And then our rushing defense, giving up 245 yards rushing. That is not what we need to see from our rushing defense. So there was just so much wrong with this game. I don't even know what's going to happen after this. Yes, we play Mizzou, we play LSU, but think about how brutal the rest of our season is going to be after that LSU game. We have a tough road ahead of us. Harson's got to pick a quarterback. The 2 QB thing is not working out. Name a QB. If it's Robbie, name Robbie. If it's TJ, name TJ. If it's Calzada, I don't care. Just pick a guy and let's stick with them because it does not look like this 2 quarterback system is working at all. And maybe the 1 quarterback system will not work either at Auburn. I don't know, but something's got to give. Something has to give, and we have to be able to be more productive on offense because this is not going to work, especially when we get into our games versus Georgia in week 6, when we get to Alabama. We've just got Arkansas, we've got a rough road ahead of us. And at this point, if we continue like this, we're going to have a hard time winning 6 or even 7 games. We're more than likely going to win 5, maybe 6 if we're lucky, if we continue to play like this. But I don't know. This is not what I expected to see today. I honestly thought we had a chance to win, and clearly I was wrong. A lot went wrong, and nothing came together. Overall, what I'd like to know from you. So you watched this game, you had your reaction. What I want you to do now is, 1, subscribe to this channel if you're not already. Please help me out and do that. Like the video, share the video, whatever. But now I want you to go down in the comments and I want you to answer these questions for me. 1, what did you see that was promising? Did you see anything from this game that looked promising to you? Because right now, and I'm just a little upset about the outcome, but right now I didn't see a whole lot of promising things in this game versus Penn State. And then 2, what do you think about the quarterback situation? Should we just continue with the game plan that we've been doing? I personally don't think it's working. I don't know what the answer is, but I kind of feel like it's Calzada time, in my opinion. Maybe there's something we don't know about him and he's hurt and he can't be the starter. I don't know, but something's got to give. So what did you see that's promising, and what's your opinion on the quarterback situation? Any other thoughts you want to give me on this game, please drop those in the comments as well. And then the final thing I'll say is, where do we go from here?